best win of the weekend was who?
I'll go off the board. I mean, Houston is I think, what everybody would say because of the magnitude of the win, beating a top 5 opponent. But I was really impressed with Wisconsin. Most people are talking about what's wrong with LSU. Should Les Miles be fired? I walked away from watching every play of that game thinking, Wisconsin looks really athletic on defense and really motivated. I thought Paul Chryst did a great job getting his team ready. Considering what you kind of were waiting for, what you thought you knew about Wisconsin, we kind of knew Houston was good. I didn't have any idea that Wisconsin was capable of doing that. So that was probably the one that really jumped out at me. But Oklahoma game against Houston and Texas, Notre Dame, those are obviously the other ones as well.
Worst loss was who?
Well, it had to be Oklahoma. I know that if you're in the SEC, you would say LSU. But Oklahoma, all we heard about is their preseason top 5 ranking, and it seems like every time they're top 5 ranking, they just have a terrible year. And they went out and knew that Houston was a great football team, and just got out hustled and outplayed, and it was really a tough loss for them. And remember, they do have Ohio State in 2 weeks, kind of a mulligan to try to kind of salvage their season. But that was a tough loss for OU.
USC's loss. We keep waiting for them to come back because it's good for college football when USC is in the mix. But are they further away than we think, or was that just Alabama's that good and caught them at the right time and humbled them?
I forgot that when you said maybe the worst loss of the weekend, because I expected that first quarter was competitive.
Yeah,
I thought we'd have a competitive game. I thought USC shut it down. That was the thing that really disappointed me. Was I don't know if they looked across the line about the third quarter and said, all right, I've had enough of this Alabama defensive line and offensive line. I'm ready to go. But I thought the Jamari Ruffin kicking the player down on the field, there's some character issues. Now he's suspended for half a game against Utah State. I would have considered suspending him for the rest of the year. They need to change the culture at USC. This is not a one-game thing. Since Pete left, this has been going on with Lane and Sark, and now to start with Clay Helton. If you're Clay Helton, you've got to draw a line in the sand and say, guys, no more annex. I don't care if we lose every game. We're not playing like that. I'm taking notes on who played hard, who quit, and if you quit on me, you're not playing next week. Like, he's got to do something drastic to change the culture of USC, because you're right. College football is better when that brand is winning and they matter, and you want to get excited to go to the Coliseum. There's some big issues right now on that roster, and he's going to have to do something to shake it up, because that was a combination of Alabama's really good and USC has a lot of work to do.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings on Audience.